Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to Reclaim Treasures by Mary, and I'm Mary. So, if you've been with me for a while, you're probably wondering what happened. The last video, I think, besides I made a drop sale for Thanksgiving, I made a whole video on Halloween. And, well, life had a little change and a little different idea for me. So, if you've been for me for a while, that's awesome. If you're new, welcome. A thumbs up would be great. A subscribe would be even better. And, well, let's get into this story. Shortly after the video I made on Halloween, about a week later, my mother-in-law passed away. Just kind of one day, she wasn't feeling so great, lied down, and after that it kind of went and we knew it was coming eventually, but kind of hit you kind of hard. But we know now that we believe she's in heaven, and that she's with her husband Larry and her brother Tom. So she's in a good place and not hurting or suffering anymore. Of course, us on the outside here, not down, the people down here on earth are working through the situations. I myself stayed strong as I could for the family and kind of threw myself into crafting. She enjoyed my crafts very much, and so I do have an abundance of Christmas things. We got through Thanksgiving and we got through Christmas and in the new year. But here I am trying to come back. I have a little tiny bit of a haul from the craft stores. I always love to go shopping at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby after Christmas, because I get all the great deals. And so I have a little haul video for you. I'll show you that in a little bit. Now you're probably wondering where I am. In the change of where people are living in our house, my husband and I have taken over my mother-in-law's old room. So that freed up some space because it's a very large room, and my husband made his office at the end of the room. My son has taken over what used to be our room, and so now that's kind of his domain upstairs. And I've come down to what used to be, if you've been around a while, you might have seen me do a sale or a video in here. And this used to be my husband's office. Private office, yes. Previous to that, it's been several things. We call it the purple room for obvious reasons. It's purple. So, being that I moved in here, pretty much over Christmas break, we're not going to do a whole lot right now until springtime to change the color. Purple is a beautiful color, but it's not my color that I like. And so we're going to do something different with the walls, and then we're going to do something different with the floor, because the floor has a very old carpet that's kind of pieced together. But this has been all sorts of things, a bedroom and storage and a couple offices, stuff like that. So, what's happening in the new year? Well, I don't know yet. But I wanted to come on here and say hello and show you some good things that I have. And, just check in and see how you guys are doing. And, of course, if you guys have ever, your New Year's resolutions and your words of the year and stuff. And I was working on that with some things, and I actually did a chat GPT, if you guys are familiar with that, and put it in there. And mine came up with expansion. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can expand my crafting area, expand my craft, who I reach, expand my travel business, my reselling. So that's good. But then also I was watching my social medias, and I follow a very nice young lady. Her name, if you ever get a chance, Madeline Grace, to check her out. She does what's called the Jesus Challenge. And if you've seen me before, you know that I do believe in God and Jesus. So, but Jesus is an acronym in this case. And she was talking about her word of the year that she was given. And I was thinking of it, and I kept thinking my ChatGPT word was endurance. But then I looked it up and it wasn't. So, hey, they go together nicely, expansion and endurance. Expand my area of what I'm doing, crafting or business-wise, but endurance to keep going, to keep doing what I need to do. So, it's going to be expand my horizons, whatever, and endurance to keep going. I am going to work very hard to figure out what's going on with my health. I'm still having health struggles, but we're going to work through that and figure it out. And I'm hopefully getting organized. I don't know. You know me, if you've seen me for a while, I'm a hot mess express, but what I'm going to do is I have a little stand here, and I'm going to try to turn it slowly to show you my room and how progress, and then I'll show you the little haul video. So I'm going to go, well, this way first. So I've got this way. If you can see in the back here, I have two of these actually. I don't know if I'll be able to see them. But they go, there's two of them. They go all the way down to the floor. They are a drawer. They hold junk journaling and scrapbooking stuff. Oh, goodness. Okay. And then if you keep turning a little bit here, this is one of the things I'll show you. And back here, I'm trying to point, is my buttons for my button bouquets and my chalk couture stuff. And some other shelving, which you can't see, which is this here, is actually my industrial paper cutter so that I can make my VHS notebooks. And then we come around here. That is a door that goes to another room. This is also one of the things I got. So I'm coming around to this shelving unit, which my husband, Steven, wonderful man that he is, built me some shelves. And then I have my my drawer set and my stuff there. And then up top is hopefully going to be able to resell pretty soon, which worked out really well because if you look at the shelving units here, I think on one of these sides, I'll be able to put up some bubble wrap and maybe make it so the bubble wrap comes down. All right, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me so much. I'm going to keep turning you around. I do, luckily, have a window. So, there's my window and all my my surfaces here to work on. And then keep coming around. And then he was so nice to make me some corner shelves. I have some of my collectibles up there. And I don't know if you can see this one. It says, don't start with me. You will not win. And then we'll come back around here. And then there's the door to the outside to get back in the living room. And see, some of it's not even finished yet, some of the room. And then he built me some more shelves up here. And I'm storing some of my reselling stuff. And then come back around behind me. This is a shelving unit that I picked up at an estate sale. And it has all my VHS cover notebooks in different stages and the bookmarks. And then this is my little golden book collection. And then I have some other ones too, like my Winnie the Pooh book, and then of course some of my older stuff. So lots of goodies there. And it comes back, hello. So came back to me. Ow, oh, that hurt. Ouch. So I have 3 tables. One I'm sitting at here, one to my left, and then another one where the industrial paper cutter sits on, this brown one, and it has sides that come up. And it had to be sturdy because that thing is like a beast. So that was the basic, the 5-cent tour of my little new craft room. And of course, expanding, but better walls, better floors. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I got. A little tiny haul. Hopefully I can do some more. I have super cute. I was like, oh my God, it looks like me, doesn't it? Little strawberries with the little glasses. That was one. Of course, I got to have something like that. It wasn't on clearance, but I saw it. I had to have it. Of course. Now, I got one of these, as you saw before. Actually, I'm going to turn the camera again. Okay. We have the Lexington 3-tip rolling cart. There was only certain colors. Now, normally it's like $35. But certain colors were on clearance for $20. So I was like, oh yes, please. So I just got to put it together. And I love it because I already have one in white. I'm going to put that down there on the floor. And of course I have plenty of under storage too. And these here, I have 2 of them like this and then another one over here. Got those just before Joann's went out of business. So always thinking ahead. And of course, strawberry shortcake. I love it. A kid of the 80s growing up with strawberry shortcake. This one was another clearance that I got. And Hobby Lobby hardly had anything when it came to clearance, which is kind of funny because I went into Michael's. I didn't take a bag, but I went into Michael's and then I stored it in a Hobby Lobby bag. Oh, not Hobby Lobby, Joann's. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I don't know what I'm talking about, friends. You'd think I'd know how to make a video. Okay. Joann's, rest in peace, it's gone. Hobby Lobby. I put my Michael's purchase in my Hobby Lobby bag. There. This, I went to both Hobby Lobbies in my area, and they had pretty much nothing for Christmas left. But I did find something, and as of course, Reclaimed Treasures by Mary. I reclaimed this cute, super adorable little Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. It is broken. It's cracked down here, and it has some cracking up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the board out of the frame, and I'm either going to cut this down smaller or maybe just put something up there, a sun or something. And of course I can chalk something right in here. So stay tuned. We'll see what we can make for Winnie the Pooh, right? Okay. Now, this was my little Michael's haul. And, talk about thinking ahead. So, they had this garland there. And it is all these adorable little pink and light pink reindeer. So I'm thinking ahead. Cut the little guys right off of there. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Well, it's either 11 or 12, and it was on clearance. So 60% off, $25. So now I got a bunch of cute little pink deer for Christmas next year. And on that same idea, I always have trouble finding the tiny gifts. So I found some smaller gifts for my assemblages. And then, of course, I got some white and pink trees because I'm thinking ahead to, not to Christmas, but to Valentine's Day, of course. So I got all of these little guys. So I think I ended up getting all of these little picks. If I can get them apart over here. Come on. Sorry, they just don't want to, they want to stick together, but not the way I wanted them to. So, all these cute little picks for Valentine's Day, of course. So, you know, be perfect. Well, they ended up being 80 cents a piece. And then I have the trees. So, little tiny haul from this Michael's, the one Michael's I went to. I think in my area there are, well, technically 4, but there's 3 within the general area. Like, there's one that's a little farther up, but, and then I had this little adorable little guy. I couldn't leave him there. So, super cute little haul. Now, the one thing I do want to show you, and it's over there, I just looked at it. It wasn't a haul. It wasn't really a haul, but it was a Christmas gift to myself. Well, technically my mom bought it, but I said, Mom, I want this, and she paid for it. But I got to show you, and sorry if I'm... I got a cordless Work Pro glue gun. I'm like, how awesome is that? I'm like, I didn't even know. I'm in my 50s. I didn't even know these existed. Like, you know, I have my own little power... Not really, but my own little power gun. And talk about wonderful, you know, because you want to move it over here or there. And you get these strings, you know, you get the glue gun spider web going on. So this is awesome. And it was one of my teachers that at one of the schools I work with. She had it out like just before Christmas. And I was like, oh, I want one of those. So she sent me the link, and there you go. But that was my little haul and my little explanation of what's going on. So the first thing I want to do is have a drop sale. So within the next couple days, I'm thinking this coming weekend, I'm going to do a mega after Christmas sale of my crafting items. Crafted, not crafting. There's a difference. My crafted items. Because I have an abundance, and of course I would rather share the wealth and see if you want something to have, you know, to treasure, and instead of just putting it away. So look forward to that. I'm thinking either Saturday or Sunday coming up. I think I don't even know what, 10 and 11, I think January 10th or 11th. So keep an eye out for that. And hey, let's see what kind of expansion and endurance I can have in these coming months of 2026. So I want to say Happy New Year again. And please, subscribe would be, you know, a thumbs up for today would be great. A subscribe would be even better. And share the wonderful videos. If you think I'm a weirdo, welcome to the Weirdo Club. So, alrighty. So I guess I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.